Welcome in, everybody. It's time for some AEL High School Marble Rivals. And it's a pleasure to be back on board with TwoTapTony here today. Mattse and TwoTapTony bringing the show. You know what it is. You know where it's going to be. It's going to be right here, right now, Tony. And it's a pleasure to have you on board once again. How you feeling, my man?
Yeah, feeling good. It's a lot has changed since last time we were on AEL High Schools. There's been a few patches since, few new names in the pool, so it should be an exciting one.
Yes, definitely some new pools. All right, Deadpool coming into the mix since the last time we were on. Elsa Bloodstone as well, a recent addition. So very excited to see them in action. Obviously, they've had a few changes recently, with the patches coming through there. And I'm very excited to see how our students approach the game and the meta. I suppose the top side of competitive play, we've seen a lot of Vanguard pool breaking into the mix there. Initially there was thoughts about it being more strategist Deadpool, having a bit more focus, but no, it is certainly all Vanpool, all day tone. So definitely eager to see how that all eventuates. I think it's going to be good. But you know what else is good, Tone? Our sponsors!
Absolutely. Gotta love our sponsors. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide the best in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs as well, Matt. Got to thank HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. And of course, last but not least, Indomie, the noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie meagering will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors today, available from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. Matt, again, shout out our sponsors. Couldn't do it without them.
That's it. Very inspired when I hear about our sponsors, in particular Indomie. Might have a bowl of Indomie me goreng right after this broadcast. Maybe get a bit of lunch in, but who knows? We'll see how things go, Tony. And very eager to see what these games look like, because I think we've got some ideas. We're not getting straight into it just yet. No, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves there. No, we are going to be getting into the game very shortly. I think we've got MKC Bombers taking on Trinity Titans as our first game on the card here, everybody. So definitely get eager for what they're going to be bringing into the mix as we look to spice it up, and it looks like we're ready to go.
Here we go into it. Picks and bans, locks, of course. Should be exciting one, of course. MKC Bombers, a new one for us, Matt. But we're pretty familiar with the Trinity Titans. A few new names to this roster, but a lot of familiar favorites, of course. Whoopers, Verixity, Bluvo's back, Domo, Hedgian, of course. Some very familiar faces here for the side of Trinity Titans as well. The Bombers, a few familiar faces. Got Yo-Yo B's back, Kat Coley's back as well. A lot of names we recognize throughout the high school.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of names, very recognizable for that matter, and they're looking to get things down to pat in a matter of moments, as they will be locking in those bands immediately. So firstly, seeing the Emma Frost band coming through there. Interesting to see that first on the card there from the MKC Bombers, but Elsa, definitely a band you don't want to be, or a hero you don't want to be faced with for that matter, but as a result, that did leave Gambit open, so we will be seeing the Raging Royal Flush likely coming through from at least one of the rosters here. Mag coming out as well. Good way to try and, I suppose, counter that one out. If they pick into something like Cloak, there could be options there too, but taking out the Moon Knight, definitely going to be valuable here. I like the focus that's coming through from our teams right now.
Yeah, it's very tuned to how the meta is. Of course, Moon Knight getting taken out. They want to shred, get rid of that Vanguard shred that could potentially happen here for the side of Trinity Titans. And we're going to be seeing, what do Trinity Titans lock in here? Of course, they did decide to keep the Mag, so a smart call to make. Mag, a very prominent pick for the Trinity Titans. We've seen a lot of it from Whoopers recently. Going back to the last season of high school. Invis going to be locked in. Invis is pretty strong at the moment, Matt. I was going to say, you know, they did a little bit to Invis in the last few patches, but still feels strong. Still, like, that Guardian Shield, very good at blocking ultimates and stuff that fly the way of the Invis. A Bucky ban here from the Trinity Titans was not what I was expecting.
No, I wasn't expecting something like that either. I mean, it does make sense in some ways because, you know, Bucky is great to shut down things like a dive composition. If you wanted to play in something like that with, like, your Spider-Man, let's say, or some other semblances, like the Iron Fist, to Daredevil for that matter. But looks like they aren't going to be focusing in that direction at all, Tony. So definitely excited to see what our teams are going to be cooking up into this one. So look to take it easy for the moment. Oh, here we go. Our first map, Krakoa, going to be coming in full swing here. And what I'm liking to see as well, Tony, is that there's been a bit of a shift in focus towards Storm. Because a lot of teams initially with these new changes coming through, the hotfixes, etc., really shied away from the Storm pick. You know, they thought it's going to be terrible. It's just going to be not even worth considering. But as the game has kind of progressed a little bit since the changes, we have seen a few players actually take the changes on board, because when you play into the speed mode with Storm, you actually have a little bit of overshield that you can utilize there, and it does give you a little bit of extra bites. You know, you can stay in the fight a bit longer, and you got a bit of speed behind you.
Yeah, and I guess on the other side of things, right, to juxtapose that Storm pick is lovely going to be on that Phoenix, which can answer Storm Ultimate, the Mega Hurricane, quite well. So it's going to be a battle of the counter picks here, whether, you know, the MKC Bombers can really use that Storm pick to their advantage here. Trinity Titans, of course, hopefully to the detriment here, as we'll see the mission area start to unlock here as early skirmishes, early damage dished out here. Very aggressive positioning for the Trinity Titans from their two Vanguard players right now.
That's it, really dishing up a lot of early punishment here. There's a tight focus, and it looks like Jeff already going to be taken out there. So good KO on a Hunchback Bird, and they have traded it back onto, or taken Yo-Yo-Yo B as well out there. So they do have at least the triple strategist composition, so they can afford to fall back, utilizing the heals from Half Ghostly on the Invisible Woman there, but they're taking a ton of damage from afar. Like, having a staggered KO like that onto Chubby Frog, that's going to cost them a lot of percentage early on in the piece here, Tony, and I already like the shift here. You can see Cheesy the Noob has realized maybe we're going to change this one up. They're going to go for the isolating picks on the Wolverine instead.
Yeah, Wolverine, as we alluded to a little bit, dive pretty strong this season. And I was going to say, a lot of the fan favorites, Hulk and Thing, of course, a good little Gamma team up for them. And that just allows Wolverine to be a little bit more active in the pool. But of course, MKC just going for the one. Raging Royal Flush going to come out here from Yo-Yo B. So they're looking to put the pressure back on Rogue Ultimate to trade it out here. As we'll see for Rixity throwing hands right now and just draining the HP bars here of MKC.
Oh, they are absolutely pummeling their way through. Look at that. Going to be able to take away the Strange Shield there, looking to see if they can yield further results. Do have Eye of Agamotto available for Catco Lee here, so if they want to try and launch some countermeasures, let's say, they definitely have the utility available. Meteor M as well could be good there, but Trinity Titans, they're doing a great job, you know, they're managing to dictate the pace of the fight here. Well, maybe not for long. They've lost Ferocity now, so they are forced onto the retreat here. This could actually be the opening MKC Bombers we're looking for. Horn of Proteus comes out, but it's going to be Last Stander coming out from the Wolverine player. Cheesy the Noob there. And they will be able to get the quad KO. So, nice stuff coming out from them and theirs there, Tony. Really impressed with the Last Stand.
Yeah, great change up from Cheesy to Noob. You can just see that frontline pressure that the Wolverine now has against a Rogue and Magneto. Of course, Mag can't really do a whole lot. Rogue can kind of brawl against it, but it just feels like Wolverine wins that out more times than not. Trinity, though, they have a few ultimates online. Do have the Endsong Inferno. Meteor M could be good for the combo too with Whoopers. As now we still see Cheesy to Noob throwing haymakers, shredding claws right now. And it will be a quick KO pickup there onto Whoopers. So the Meteor's not up yet. And Cheesy the Noob still chasing down here on these targets. Endsong Inferno towards the back. Just a little bit of damage across here. Deadpool going to be getting out that ultimate as well, but Cheesy to do will fall Verixity with 3, and great invisible boundary here to keep everybody healthy from the Titans.
Yeah, unfortunately not going to be able to pass the final exam there on to the Strategist Deadpool ultimate, so just going to have to fall back and live to fight another day there. At least they do have a few ultimates they can rely upon into another fight, let's say. Looks like they're going for a bit of Portal combat as well. It's Jeff is available, Raging Royal Flush. If they use that to rush straight out of the portal here, it could be great, and there you go. We're going to think on that one straight out. Oyabakamoto as well. Isolate the fight. So they've now responded. Domo Rez with the Raging Royal Flush of their own. They're pretty close to the last stand as well on She's the Noob, though. Well, they have lost Jeff. This could be a problem. Last stand coming out. Not going to be able to get much impact from it. And speaking of impacts, Meteor M still on a board here, Tone. But they're getting KO'd left, right, and center. And that could be curtains on this map here, or this mission area for that matter, at this point. And there it is. So, not getting the value they were searching for, but I liked the idea they had, Tone.
Yeah, it's a valiant effort from the side there, but Trinity Titans, what a play, what a hold. I was going to say Verixity on this Rogue has been a absolute treat to watch at the moment, just really up in the face here, matching, I guess, the pace that MKC are going for with that Wolverine pick, with that Vanguard pull. It just feels like they're matching it super, super well for the moment. Of course, Whoopers didn't even need to use the Meteor M in that engagement, so they'll have it for this one. And the same with MKC on the other side with Chubby Frog. Will as well have Jeff time for the Bombers, so might be who can get more value out of their Meteors going into this this next point here, Matt.
That's it. We do love to see who can get more value out of their ultimates. Will it's Jeff be the one to shine, or will it be something else entirely? All will be revealed as we progress our way forth towards the next section of this map here. And who's leading the charge? None other than Domo Res 15 here, and ready to see if they can barge in. But I like how they're just keeping a bit of distance, you know, Yo-Yo B in particular, just holding back whilst their team takes the fight up front here, trying to scout out a bit of information around the sides. But all will come to a helm once the mission area unlocks in just a second, and I reckon it's going to be a battle of the ultimates triggered nice and quickly. That Heartbreaker could come in big here, Tony. Verixity could be a difference maker to steal some of that ult charge away.
Yeah, steal away some ult charge, steal away some HP as well. Great pick there from Cheesy to Noob, though. Quick KO onto Verixity, so the Heartbreaker's not going to be up for this engagement, though. Whooper's able to answer back with a quick double on the KO. He's looking for potential for the Meteor, doesn't have to go for it. Jeff time coming out here. Trinity Titans are able to avoid it. The Meteor gets eaten by the shield by Chubby Frog. So ultimate burnt there by Whoopers. Chubby Frog now has that Meteor to return in kind. Point still hasn't been captured by either side because the brawl's still happening on the point.
Yeah, fight still engaged, and now, speaking of, it's going to be the Raging Royal Flush, allowing a bit of elevation in their play here. Catgirl Lee doing the best they can to hold on to this one, but they are going to have to fall back and see this fight likely. So Trinity Titans will be able to take a first dibs on to that percentage there. Solid outcome for them. You know, they fought hard for it. They still have the Strategist ultimate available in the invisible boundary there. And they can also play into the end song Inferno there for a bit of survivability, or to try and pump up the damage onto their enemies. So, solid foundations laid in place. So speaking of, MKC Bombers are close as well. Raging Royal Flush could be exactly what they need to get into the next fight here, and they're getting closer and closer to it with the last stand as well. So, we'll see who's going to be locked out of place sooner. Verixity almost getting shut down there. I saw 19 HP. There could be more where that came from, Tony. Here we go! Last stand! And they will be able to find a couple of KOs there.
Yeah, some quick KOs. Raging Royal Flush into the last stand. Cheesy to Noob once again being a threat with this Wolverine. And they don't get a whole lot out of the end song Inferno from Trinity Titans. Captured 41%, and they'll have to fall back now. Lovely, just going to have to play a little safe. Don't want to overextend and take it out here on a quick KO from the side of MKC Bombers, though. They'll now position themselves in a pretty good spot. You can still see Cheesy to Noob harassing Lovely as they're trying to poke around the point. Ghostly and the rest of the team now Standing together, Trinity, they still have that Meteor up. They have that Heartbreaker. Verixity going in for it already. Early one coming through as Whoopers comes around for the flank Meteor potentially. And now we see throwing hands right now. Once again, Verixity up in the mix, trying to pin one down, but it is going to be a quick pick up there from Cat Coley.
Yeah, quick pick up to quickly try and lock it down. And let's see if they are going to be able to do it. Great isolated KO coming through onto the Namor there as well. Really good from Cheesy the Noob onto this one. Their team can press the advantage here. Ooh, Raging Royal Flush though coming out in response. Meteor could shut it down, however. Oh, not today. So, going to be waste on that one. Ooh, we do see Deadpool looking to make some impacts as well. The final exam coming out there, perhaps. And Raging Royal Flush in kind. Last stand. Every ult's getting pops right now, Tony. The only one coming out in response right now is the boundary from Iblubo. Or the Proteus coming into the mix as well for a bit of CC here. And there we go. There's more on the way, Tone. Nobody going down. Here's that Heartbreaker.
Yeah, Verixity taking names and stealing hearts right now. I was going to say, great block there from Cat Coley, blocking out the Hornet Proteus with that shield. Chubby Frog as well, able to pick up one. That's the Gambit down for the side of Trinity Titans. Verixity still in the mix of things. Lovely with that end song. Inferno will look to try and pop it, make it bang, and it will find a KO there on towards the Vanpool on the side of MKC. Lovely still looking for it. Meteor finally coming out from Whoopers, and it's a slam dunk onto Hunchback Bird, and still able to stand up for the moment. Yo-Yo B with a quick trade out on the Whoopers. It is going to be Domorez with that portal back onto the point as overtime is ticking. MKC have all of the percentage Trinity need to stabilize.
They have it all to stay, all to do, and it's going to be the last stand coming through in the end of there. Not going to be able to do as much as they would have hoped for. The percentage is crawling up, and just like that, they are matched one apiece right now, Tony. What a turn of events coming through from the MKC Bombers there. And it goes to the final objective. The final mission area gonna be the Grove onto this one. And Tony, you know, if I'm Trinity Titans right now, I think maybe they want to match that Gambit. You know, maybe they want to match the tempo there. Try and see if they can elevate their own play of the same kind.
Yeah, definitely feels like something needs to be matched here. Trinity Titans. We did have Domorez swap for the portal. They will be going back to the Gambit, of course. And, well, for MKC Bombers, again, just a lot of value out of these last stands from Cheesy to Noob, and just a lot of heads-up play. I was going to say Trinity Titans just, like, you know, they use that Heartbreaker. Verixity gets maybe, like, one, but immediate trades from MKC, and now Trinity, they're cooking in the kitchen. What do we got? Might be Group Mantis here for the team up going into this final point on the Grove.
Oh, it could be, and it could be amazing work. We've seen a lot of prevalence from Groot in the Vanguard state here, so very eager to see how Whoopers will take advantage of this one, as they are going to be looking to play into it, but they still have that Wolverine to worry about, you know, and if they can isolate Groot out of the fight here, it could be problematic on a lot of levels, but we'll see how it works. On a Proteus already bouncing around the back there. They will trade KO for KO. Heartbreaker coming out as well from Verixity into this one, trying their best to keep their team into it. We'll be able to find the KO through onto Deadpool there, looking for more. Cat Coley in trouble. She's a Noob, one in the same. Not enough heals coming through there. They could be forced into a swift retreat, but a Meteor. Big response. But no one gets caught in at that time, but they at least are able to delay the time a little bit. They're finding KOs of their own now. It's Jeff's coming out here, and this could be the impact that they need, Tone.
Yeah, they're finding the impact. Cheesy to Noob with the kidnap there onto Verixity. Will finalize. Hunchback Bird, I believe, did go for the Jeff time. And did swap by Bluebo, so quick 1-for-1 there in the strategist side of things. And Trinity will lose the point to MKC in this early engagement. Last stand up for Cheesy to Noob. He's floating around the back side of things here. Raging Royal Flush as well being thought about by Yo-Yo B for a second, but I don't think you want to pop that one just yet. It's a very important one. Trinity Titans are now thinking about it. They do have Strangling Prisoner. Here we go. Domorez and Trinity Titans flying through.
And Would you look at that? Heartbreaker going to be coming out as well. Last stands here. Only one has gone down. Choppy Frog right now will be able to match it though. Groot's down. We're going to see if they can catch anyone else out of this one. Half Ghostly going to be KO'd through. Nice focus there from Verixity, trying to shut down those strategists, and they are catching them one by one. Getting the job done here. They are going to be forced into a swift retreat unless they can find a way through this one. Speaking of trying to go for the kidnaps there, not going to happen. Catco Lee goes down. It's good trades on the engagement farm right now. And they have managed to find a bit of presence over the missionary here too. But everything could change within a moment.
This game teetering on a knife's edge, it would feel. Trinity Titans, they turn the tide for this one. Cat Coley going to go for the portal play back on a little bit early in the piece. Normally you see a portal when it gets very dicey. Bagamoto not doing all too much, anteed up and probably going to get taken down. Trinity Titans with some great answers here. Once again, Verixity just throwing this left, right, and center, looking for those KOs. Last stand from Cheesy Noob will be able to find the Mantis at least. Looks to find another onto Verixity. Cheesy Noob flying around the point now, able to deal with the Groot. Visible boundary coming out for Trinity Titans, trying to stabilize on this point. But we can see Jeff Time coming out from Hunchback Bird. Will swallow up Cheesy Noob, spits him back out, and the point will be flipped back over to MKC as Bluevo gets taken off the point with Hunchback Bird.
Oh, they escaped, Tony.
Lord.
They escaped. What a day. Unfortunate usage of the It's Jeff ultimate there. Not going to be able to have their time this time, so they will be escaping that one. And having a Bluevo right in the front line is great for Trinity Titans if they want to shift the focus here. What I like out of this one so far, though, Tony, is they did match the Gambit, and they are trying to meet them face-to-face on this one. Ult's already laid in place, though, and it's huge from the Strangling Prison there. It's annihilation, Tony. Oh, my goodness.
That is the ideal scenario. Raging Royal Flush into the Strangling Prison. And MKC just can't answer that one. I believe we as well saw the Horn of Proteus topped on there from Hedgian. A lot of ultimates extended there from Trinity, but it looks so flashy. Cheesy Noob now up in the mix here, trying to swing hand. Last stand online now. We'll see the final exam as well come out from the Deadpool. Cheesy Noob stunned up, slept. Hedgian will find the KO there. It's another answer onto Kakoli. The portal's gone now. Trinity Titans are looking healthy in this fight, and they're finding all the KOs for themselves. Hedgian onto Hunchback Bird. They continue to put the pressure on. Cheesy Noob is back with that last stand, but percentage building. Trinity Titans are almost closing this one out.
Oh, last stand going to be shut down immediately as well. Trinity Titans so close. They need to contest here, but it's just not going to happen. Too far away, and Trinity Titans save the day and will claim the series. So, amazing way to kick things off here in AEL High School Term 1, Tony. And what a competitive first map we've witnessed.
Yeah, that was a absolute bloodbath. MVP deserved for Verixity. Those Heartbreakers came in clutch time and time again. Some beautiful pins as well onto crucial targets. And Trinity Titans, I have to say, the goal to match against the Wolverine with a Groot Mantis is absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't agree more there, Tony. Huge stuff coming out from our players, you know, doing absolutely stellar stuff into that one. Very impressed with how they've composed themselves there, and can't wait to see what else is going to be on the horizon, you know. Definitely excited for what else is to come, Tony, because these games are already heating up, you know. I've loved to see the adaptations. I was very impressed with how Trinity, you know, I talked about they got to match that Gambit, and then what do you know? They do just that. They start to have a bit more power behind them into that third objective there on Krakoa, and it really manages to help them slide through with that victory there. So, solid beginning to the day, everybody, but we got more series to come in just a sec. We are going to be getting those set up for you, so don't go anywhere. We're going to head to a break. We'll see you very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Term 1 Marvel Rivals. It's Mattse and TwoTapTony coming at you once again with some more AEL High School action here. And Tony, we've got another game on the fight card here right now. It's going to be coming at you very, very soon. It's MGS Gamma taking on ASC Mavericks. And Tony, I'm excited. And I think we're going to be heading into game very soon.
Yeah, heading into game pretty quickly. I was going to say we're being very like now. I was going to say very prompt with these ones, Matt. And of course, ASC Mavericks taking on MGS Gamma, and it should be an exciting one, as of course get to see what these two teams are bringing to play here. I was going to say I'd see a Punisher there from Snake the Dev, so we didn't get to talk about Punisher all too much in the pre-show, of course, before we got into the games. Punisher, quite a prominent pick right now, especially with the fact that you can charge that final judgment so much quicker, and it just has a massive impact on it shredding through teams.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, being able to charge it up with only 2,800 energy now, as opposed to being above that 3,000 mark before, is great. You know, I think that Punisher is going to be used a lot more, and it's a great answer to like those triple strategist lineups and the like. You know, being able to break through some of the heftier vanguards, having that final judgment available, it's just big. You know, it's one of those escape right the heck now or suffer the consequences ultimate stone, and it'll be great to see what they can do with it.
Should be exciting. Mission area to unlock here in just a little bit. You can already see the Mavericks really putting pressure on this point. TJW with the Rogue once again. We've seen a lot of Rogue play today so far, and oh my word, Quadra out of the Moon Knight. G-Patch 26 picking up a sneaky little one. Was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it on that one, Tony. So really great use of the Moon Blades there, and very excited to see what else they are going to be able to do here. But one important thing to note, once again, Tony, is that you can see one team is making use out of the Gambit here again, and the other one is not. And the team that's ahead right now, going to be the one with the Gambit. So very curious to see if the ASC Mavericks will be looking to match that themselves later on into the piece, or whether they could be in it for a world of punishment.
Yeah, for a world of punishment in a little bit as well. I was going to say Jeff. I'm seeing a little bit of Jeff play too. Conchu coming out from G-Patch, and it's a very aggressive Moon Knight positioning here, down to 20 points of HP. Might get a quick top up from the strategist hopefully very soon. And TJW heads up play with the Rogue as well. Globe might need to get out here in just a little bit. Sneaking away, goes back underground for a little bit. And you can see how much control Gamma are holding right now. They're just kind of poking and prodding at that front line, and then just backing off to the point when they need to.
Yeah, just a bit of a back and forth endeavor into this one, isn't it? So very eager to see what they are going to be able to do going forward, as now they look to hold her back. Ooh, let's take a bit of pressure here. Zombot and Co. It's Jeff coming up now from Klebra. Will they be able to catch them? Oh, that's big. They've found a couple there. It's Gambit and Rogue. How fitting. They're taking the happy couple and sending them on a honeymoon. So it's going to be good stuff coming out from Klebra there, but their teammates aren't able to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, it's just very unfortunate. A huge swallow there, isolating some targets. And we can still see MGS Gamma really holding this one down, and nobody able to touch here from the Mavericks. So Mentor will be picking up that first point on Krakoa. Matt, the Cradle is theirs.
That's it, and it's time to ride the carousel onto the next objective here, next mission area coming online. And let's see who's going to be able to take it. Will it be MGS Gamma? Will it be ASC Mavericks right now? All will be tested, all will be showcased, but let's see what they can do. Ooh, I think Klebra may be hovering the Angela, perhaps, or the Elsa. We'll see what they are going to be looking to do here. Looks like it is Angela Tone, so get Get keen to see what they can do with that one. It looks like they're playing Quad Vanguard and Cloak. Interesting.
That's an interesting comp. I believe we do see. Actually, no, that's gonna be Invis. They're gonna swap to Invis. So we have Angela Strange. We have Strange Invis for the combo, Matt. I was gonna say the recent team up that they've added in the last season.
Yep.
And yeah, for MGS Gamma, of course, sticking with what they know, tried and trusted. And yeah, I don't know about this 4 Vanguard pick into the Moon Knight. I feel like the Moon Knight just gets that little bit much more value. Raging Royal Flush coming out there from the side of MGS Gamma. We're also going to see the Heartbreaker. We're going to see big Jeff Time swallow up everybody on the point. A few teammates involved, but it is going to be Galaxy taking them off for the Quadra.
Yeah, huge It's Jeff coming out there. Always love to see the It's Jeff ultimate from our Jeff players. You know, they're always doing solid stuff there. And speaking of, let's see what solid stuff ASC Mavericks going to be able to bring here. I'm particularly curious about how Snake the Dev will play into it. Looks like they've switched off the Van Pool and are looking to play into the Punisher there. So let's see what they can achieve here. Looks like Anaconshu to be looking to achieve many a great thing. Australian Prison coming out as well, using Thornlash Walls there. Try and see if they can get some damage culminating towards success. But it's just so difficult to find that success when your enemies continue to pressure you.
No triple from G-Patch.
Oh, no.
Another Quadra. He's just going to run at the Strange and face him head on. Quick KO pick up there. Mavericks, they're experimenting with a little bit of something. It seems the the Quadra Vanguard comp didn't really pay off. So now see Snake back on the Punisher. We'll still see Angela, Group, and the Strange. I believe that is the Rocket in the mix as well for the Mavericks. You can see the Angela floating around, flying through. And we'll get pinned down by the Rogue. And it will be actually Galaxy to pick up that KO. And now they're spawn trapping them, Matt, because they feel comfortable. But there is somebody on the back cap right now. And it is going to be Zombot.
That's so cheeky. A devious approach, and it works out. You know, they're able to stall things out there. Get a bit of percentage for their team, buy a bit of time. Oh, they do manage to slip through the portal there, but I mean, they can only last so long, but diverting the focus does allow their team to actually pick up a KO here. Looking to change it up. They've got the Sia online as well. MGS Gamma in a bit of trouble now, trying to see if they can continue to elevate their own presence here, but just ain't working out the way they liked it to. Meteor M, though, could be the difference maker. Damage does come through, so we will find the KO on to the Groot here. To see if they can find more to boot or where that came from, but it's all just a back and forth jabs for the moment, Tony. No one able to come out on top.
Mavericks pushing that back up to about 44% before it changes tide here. And for MGS Gamma, now feeling in the driver's seat and pretty close to taking this one home, of course, all the way up at 70 before the point got flipped, and Galaxy. Quick snipe there on the KO. Aya Bakamoto comes out from Zombot, and that's a cheeky little one from the Mavericks, but it's not really doing all too much. We can still see MGS Gamma holding point and holding firm. Angela will get KO'd there by TJW. Another one picked up by the Gambit. OT will tick Jeff time to come out, and MGS, they celebrate with a quick 2-0 there, Matt.
That's it. Always love It's Jeff Ultimate. And let's see what else is going to be in store for our teams going forward, as that's going to be a solid victory coming through there. So G-Patch will be our MVP. Well deserved. You know, I think that they just struggle to find an answer for G-Patch on the Moon Knight there. So very well played to MGS Gamma on that one. And very excited to see what else they are going to be able to bring into their future games, Tony. Huge beginning for the season there.
Yeah, should be exciting to see. I was going to say get into a little bit of action there, and you know, have to applaud maybe a little bit of experimentation in the comp. Right, we don't get to see 4 Vanguards every day, and unfortunately just didn't quite find success that time. Maybe in the future, of course, we'll get to see backed up by a double strike comp there, because
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to need a lot of healing to keep everybody up if you've got 4 Vanguards, right?
Yes. I think you will. I think you will need a lot of healing to be pushed through there. You know, like, I think of a band-aid solution, if you will. Maybe the Soul Bond could work as a temporary measure, but I mean, like, maybe Cloak, you know, with the windows could be a good alternative there, but it's difficult. You're doing what you can with what you got. It didn't work, so they got to find an alternative into their future games. But speaking of future games, we are going to be getting things set up for another game in just a moment, everybody. We're going to be heading a short break while we do that, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more AEL High School Term 1 Marvel Rivals action right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Term 1 Marvel Rivals. Mattse and TwoTapTony coming at you once again with another amazing series, everybody. What series is that? It's PHNX Black. Phoenix Black taking on Padua Marvels. And Tony, speaking of the game delivers. Here we go.
The game is here. Oh, no. Oh, that's us for a second, man. Oh,
there's the game.
We're into it. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because we get to see, I guess, a 6v6 this time. I was going to say, 5v5 last one. But, we get to see a different team's takes on the current meta. We see a Loki ban immediately here from the red side. So, yeah, Loki, pretty prominent. I was going to say it's very good at copying the strengths of other strategists, right? Especially with the fact that Gambit's still kind of pretty meta. They nerfed his heals a little bit. They touched down his health a little bit. But his ultimate's still really good. The Raging Royal Flushes we've seen a ton of value out of so far this afternoon. And for the side of Phoenix Black, they're looking to lock in that Jeff.
Speaking of lock in, Tony, we're looking to lock in the Black Panther. Looks like Bass Descent is back in action. And maybe a big reason why PHNX Black, Phoenix Black, will be banning away the Spider-Man. They don't want to deal with those, up close and personal duelists. E.g., your Spider-Man, Iron Fist, and the like. Looks like Padua Marvels is one and the same. Don't want to deal with the magic. Looking very interesting in the band department so far, Tony. I'm very curious about which direction they're going to take this, It almost feels like we're watching bands against a team like Xavier Hope here, Tony.
Yeah, Xavier Hope, one of the MRC teams, of course, have played Pacific recently in the past few seasons. And they're one of those teams that likes to play, I guess, like very dive heavy, right? Your Magics, your Angelas, pretty much always in the mix. We see Phoenix Black taking away the Elsa. Don't want to have to deal with anything that hero brings to the table because it's a lot, Matt. I was going to say Elsa's kit's very overwhelming. A lot of like maneuverability, a lot of ways that you can get out of sticky situations, and that's what Elsa's good at. Would lock in the Strange here as well for CJ the Boy, I imagine. Of course, that hover there. And for the side of Padua, they are going to be locking in Gambit, taking away things. So Moon Knight is going to be banned out here. So a lot of interesting kind of hybrid style of picks and bans here for both of these teams. Of course, we've got very dive heavy with the Gambit BP, but we've also got a lot of dive heavy bans taken away here.
That's it. Still got some divey characters that they can play into, though, so very eager to see what else they are going to be able to push into, Tone. Penny. Could be good here, perhaps. But I am curious if it's going to work on a map with so much open space like this one. Because, they're going to have to really set up a position and quick smart. Like, if they can get set up onto the mission area, then maybe it could work out, but, they could just be planned to, just see how it goes early and then go forth. Like, obviously, Penny doesn't have the web server team up anymore. There you go. So they will be changing it up to the mag here. Maybe could be sticking to the rocket early to just get the, the shield packs up, but they could also be looking to play into it as well. So I feel like, every time I see teams, the advantage is always the team with the Gambit. But then again, Padua Marvels are running triple strategist alongside their Black Panther there and the Strange and the Mag. So it could work out for them considering the sustainability they have here, Tony. But we'll see how the scouting mission goes for Larko Blocks right now as they're ready to dive right into the backline.
Ooh. Burning up all the cooldowns there, not really getting all too much out of it. So Padua Marvels now in a little bit of a rough spot. Phoenix Black, though, can control the high ground here for the moment. The mission area will unlock. And we can see Padua Marvels actually making their way over to it quickly before Phoenix Black can really stabilize on this high ground. We'll see Larko Blocks. So immediate pick up there onto the Punisher for the BRB beacon, bringing back the Punisher. So Phoenix Black feel like they haven't really lost the fight out just yet.
No, not just yet, and it looks like Padua Marvels will be looking to change that with the power of Black Panther. Oh no, T'Challa is hunting down at their last KO there. That poor little rocket player will be shut down by delay there. So someone's name will be taken out. Good KO coming through from Padua Marvels, and looks like their hybrid composition is working out so far, getting a lot of early presents.
Yeah, I feel like there's, I was going to say, a heavy reliance right now on Larko blocks to really show out here, but the rest of Padua Marvels can sit comfortably here. Do have Magneto just currently holding this front side of things. Does have to use the bulwark to stay healthy for the moment. Once again, another dive deep up there in enemy lines is Larko blocks, and it will be another res used here by Phoenix Black.
Good to have the BRB available so they can bring their teammates up, but I mean, that can only help them so much, right? Like maybe in combination with something like the Adam Warlock, it could be a little better. You know, they can have the Karmic Revival there, but then again, they're just getting dived over and over again, you know, and when you have those dive-like compositions, you need to find a solution to kind of play around it to help your team so then they can actually establish some presence onto the mission area. So right now, I think that they've got maybe one thing, or maybe a couple, I suppose, they can do. A couple things they can do. They can use the Carbon Crush from Emma Frost. Maybe they can get a push from Invisible Woman there, but outside of that, their options are fairly limited. So maybe they could change one of the Vanguards into the Thing, perhaps, so they can just kind of mark that Black Panther and see if they can help their team a little bit, because right now, they're just going to lose that first mission area and not really have much of an answer.
A Stellar Spaceport going the way of Padua Marvels, and Larko blocks feeling at home here on Burden T'Challa as we go to the Warrior Falls, Matt. And this one allows a little bit of a different play. So I was going to say he could probably still play that dive-heavy composition, but, you know, we could see an Angela in the mix. I'm not trying to point them towards anything, but maybe an Angela pick could be good here.
Could be good, could be great even. We'll see how things fare, though. Oop. They're going to have a party in the spawn point, Tony.
Everybody gather around.
Gather around.
Shaking hands.
Share some tales before all the fire heats up this game. I respect it. You know, it's good. Just playing for the vibes. But let's see how the vibes will go heading in to the next segment of the show here. Mission area unlock in 20 seconds. So let's get this one underway. And Black Panther already looking to hunt down their next KO. Does have Bast Descent available if they want to shift focus a little bit there. Bring a lot more presence into the mix here. But for now, they're just going to be sneaking around, trying their best to see if they can get something through. Bast Descent already engaged there. They do find the Invisible Woman, a BRB. Or rather, Sia, going to be brought up by someone's name there. Ooh, here we go. Psionic Seduction as well. So lots of ults getting popped by Phoenix Black here, but they aren't finding as much impact as they would like. You know, they've popped 2 ults there to try and find a way back in, but it just hasn't happened. But speaking of things that haven't happened, no one's taken the mission area yet. Agamotto does come up as well, Tone, and the boundary going to be popped in consequence.
Oh, a nice little Horde of Proteus coming through there from Zadi Killer, but you can see that Padua Marvel are just getting so much value out of staying healthy and staying up off all of those ultimates that Phoenix Black used, and another one burned. Cloak and Dagger and the rest of Padua Marvel's group up on the point. They'll finally cap it, Matt. I was going to say that still sitting uncapped for the moment. The Padua Marvels, they group up now on towards the point, and they're trying to hold this choke out right now. But I was going to say, what character really, really does well in a choke situation like this is probably that Black Panther.
Yeah, and look, again, it's a testament to their play. They're just ripping, tearing through the back line. They got the quad KO on for the Penta. Will they be able to secure the Hexa? Surely their team allows it. Oh, stolen by Mini Ninja 284. Oh, no. Unlucky there. So that will be a Penta KO coming through. I'm sure Larko Block's going to be upset about that one, but there's still another chance for them to get even more KOs in just a second here, as PHNX Black are going to be bringing it up. Oh, it's Jeff coming out. They've picked up their teammate there, trying to slip away. Not today.
Today, and getting spawn held right now. Phoenix Black. 2 squids going to be put up here by Zani. Doctor Strange Eye Agamotto here from Padua Marbles. As Eye Agamotto in return actually does get off here. Revive comes through. CJ the boys back. And they use the invisible boundary now, but still Padua Marbles are holding in this choke for the moment. Magneto, Meteor, and being held here by Padua Marbles does not find its mark. And well, now they're in a little bit of a rough situation because the back cap happened as well from Phoenix Black.
That's it. You know, they've done a lot of great work there, and the back cap does force them to retreat here, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Here we go. Donut Bond going to be coming out right now. That guy, Harry, will be able to break through, and now the environment has transformed the mission area and caused a bit of distance between the Phoenix Black teammates there. So it's going to be great for Padua Marbles, but maybe not so great for Phoenix Black here, as now Black Panther has free reign once again. Bast Descent are now trying to secure one last KO or so. OT Timer coming through as well. See ya online if they need it. And they're still getting contested on the mission area, but it's all too little too late. The gates are shut, and the film has stopped rolling, as Padua Marbles will secure the map and the series.
Yeah, easy burn into T'Challa. I was getting a little bit worrisome when that one kicked off, because normally you don't see every day a solo duelist Black Panther, but for Padua Marbles, they made it work. I was going to say their Vanguard's held strong in the front line. Stratus keeping everybody healthy, and Larko blocks well-deserved MVP. Not really much to take away for Padua Marbles. I was going to say for Phoenix Black, they had some moments of brilliance there. They were able to back cap and probably could have spelled that into something greater, as well as Artikill on the Namor getting that double with the Hornet Proteus. Just small things to note there from Phoenix Black, but of course these teams are going to work it out as season progresses, of course, Matt.
That's it, Tony. You're going to be working it all out as the season goes on there. So a great start to the season, seeing a little bit of a whisper, a little preview of what they're capable of, and I'm sure that they're going to be building upon that as the season will progress on. So solid beginnings, and keen to see how it all shapes up as the season goes. But speaking of how things go, we got another series on the way right around the corner. Everybody, we're going to head to a short break while we get that set up for you. But stay tuned, and we'll bring you all the action. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Marble Rivals Term 1. It's Mattse and TwoTapTony, the duo from Down Under, bringing all the thunder. Nobody does it like us, Tony. You know how it is. And we are going to be bringing you all the heat into another game. Another game? But what game could it be? A game of BSDE Infinity Stones taking on the SPLC Panthers.
Ooh.
And if their name's Panthers, are we going to see another Black Panther? Let's find out right now, everybody.
Surely we see another Black Panther, right? But yeah, Matt, BSD, Infinity Stones, SPLC, Panthers, two teams we're quite familiar with. We've seen them throughout storied history in the high school league here. And I was going to say it's a lot of our, familiar faces. Of course, I believe praise here for SPLC Panthers is the only new one. And for the side of BSD, a few familiar and a few new. Tobias and Cargone was on the roster before. It's just Tobias actually as a new player here for BSD. The rest of them have been around for quite a while.
Yeah, they have certainly been around for quite some time. We saw them into last term or term 4 last year, and I suppose there before. So great to see them playing into the mix here, and very eager to see how things go. But speaking of how things go, Tome, we see Jeff banned out, Gambit banned out, Hella going to be on the protector there, Strange one of the same, and it's going to be Moon Knight taken away. So a lot of key heroes, let's say, already are going to be taken out of the mix. The Bucky actually going to be taken as well. This is kind of good because I feel like if Sawzy is actually looking to play into the Iron Man there, Bucky could be a solution. They can just get the bionic hook out and just hook them out of the sky.
Yeah, I was going to say as well for SPLC, the Hella lock, we've seen Hella recently get nerfed a little bit. I was going to say the damage fall off is a little bit harder for Hella at the range, but still does wonders if you're a tried and trusted Hella player. We're going to be seeing Magic banned out here, Invis locked in for SPLC, and no more getting taken away. So no Hella, no more team up for the start of BSD. Oh, sorry, the SPLC Panthers, and we'll see BSC cover a few things here. Cargone thinking about that DPS pull there for a second. The Doors pull could be good. Torch as well. I haven't seen Torch in quite a while.
Yeah, they're so back, looking to give it their all with that one. I'm not going to see the Torch today, though, so the Torch God will be laid to rest for a moment longer. Perhaps we'll see that meta again sometime into the future, Tony, but not today. Not today. Maybe another day. Maybe the return of the Torch could burn out this triple strategist meta that we've been seeing tons of. That would be a great day. But not today. What we are going to be seeing is Spider-Man on deck here, Tony. Maybe looking to command some respect, I'd say, from the back line here. But let's see what they can do. I think that Spider-Man actually could be a solid... Wow, that's a crosshair, if I've ever seen one, Tony. But I think Spider-Man could be great to kind of deal with the back line of the Panthers here, especially if they were playing into Hella a little less mobile, let's say, than Phoenix. They might be able to kind of web them out of place. So this could be good here, but we'll see what they can come up with.
Spider-Man's pretty good on at least this first mission area where you're able to get some environmental pulls here. Tobias already going for it. Goes for the swing bite. No pull this time. Uses the health back, backs off a little bit while the rest of the SPLC Panthers walk up here. Squeakers just taking a ton of damage here in the front line. This Yeet Turtle, one and the same, of course. Both on the Strange. Feels pretty expected, right? I was going to say both these two have been quite prominent Strange players throughout the high school league, so bringing back the Strange, especially with the Invis team-ups, pretty strong here. Cargone get a Guardian Shield to keep him safe, and I believe that is a pull there. Tobias able to get a quick KO there for BSDE.
Ooh, there you go. That's the KO. Looking to double down on it, Tone. So great start. You know, I was talking about the impact of Spider-Man, and already they are delivering. They're playing the off angles and managing to strangle through a couple of KOs. So really a solid beginnings coming through from the BSDE Infinity Stones here. And we'll see if they can keep that up as SPLC Panthers have managed to fight back. They've found dual pool there. Kagune on that one, and we're going to see if they can find more invisible boundaries being popped as well. The later one was Juno's for the Panthers, so let's see how they can take advantage of this. They're not going for it again, are they? No, surely not. Oh, here we go. Spectacular spin. It's Spider-Man coming it down and getting KO City, Tony.
Wowee. Tobias. Some strong Spider-Man play being shown here from BSDE. I might need to take some notes, man. I took up Spider-Man a little bit myself, and I need to know how he's doing all that, because that is some strong play here. Great boop attempt there, potentially. BSDE now to have to hold down the point, and Song Inferno coming out there from Praise. It will be actually Cloak and Dagger trade there. And Rowdy also able to pick up a quick KO, so BSDE falls at 88% there. Oh, sorry, 80%. SPLC are able to cap the mission area.
They are, Tony. They do manage to capture the mission area, and we're going to see what they can achieve here. So we'll have at least a couple of ultimates available. You know, they can start the Fate of Both Worlds there. They've got Agamotto heading towards a boundary as well, but the Infinity Stones might be able to zone it out with the, you know, Psionic Seduction there. You spoke about Torch before, Tone. Kagune has actually opted to switch it up off the dual pool and has brought it out. This could be really big to try and bring it back for the Infinity Stones here. I don't know. Well, what I do know is AEL High has found that first KO.
And here comes the Psionic Seduction. Tobias able to find Juno there in the back line. Fate of Both Worlds for SPLC is able to get...
what a kick.
What a kick there from AEL High, taking off the opposing Emma, and now SPLC lose all the momentum on the point. KO there on towards Salzy. SPLC now running for the hills here. BSDE make their claim in a big way as we go up to almost 90%. BSDE do have that boundary available. And he's well with the same as SPLC. They do have Agamotto, but they need to get on. They need to touch that point right now. Boundary comes out as they'll walk it up. They'll trade boundary for boundary, Matt, and into overtime will go. Agamotto gets booped away for just a second.
Oh, Supernova coming up with a spectacular spin as well, and they spin absolute webbed chaos, Tony. They will be able to take away that first mission area with great success there on the Super Soldier Factory. And we're moving on to the Frozen Airfield. By the time these teams are done with it, Tony, it's going to be fully defrosted.
It feels fully defrosted here. BSD heating up right now. A great change-up. Kagune playing into the flyability here against SPLC. And, well, we see a change-up. They're getting a little bit colder now on the SPLC side. Daredevil being brought here by Praise. So that might allow them to maneuver the point a little bit better. Able to dive on towards the strategist as well, because Rats and Diva have been pretty much uncontested for that entire first point.
Yeah, they've definitely had their fair share of struggles, haven't they, Tony? So we'll see if they are going to be able to change it up now. I do like how they've made, I guess, a bit of a change towards the Daredevil. They have the thing available now, so they might be able to do maybe a bit more with that, but I don't know. I think that if they have the Torch to deal with, they could struggle with the Eye in the Sky, let's say, from the Torch, let alone the Spider-Man. But I think Daredevil definitely is one that can deal with it, but I don't know. It's going to be tough, Tone. I think it's going to be difficult.
Tobias. Oh, not. Yeah, Kagune getting KO'd pretty quickly there. Praise as well, taking out Diva McFry's. AEL High turns to help his backline right now because BSDE are under fire. Going to be seeing Cloak and Dagger ultimate used up there. Tobias able to find one on towards the Invis on the other side. Now we see Rowdy trying to keep everybody up, but Tobias come flying through, snipe on to Rowdy. Cloak and Dagger ultimate now from Swordsy. And we'll see the thing immediately triple up there on the KO department. SPLC, they're able to hold firm. Kagure now are in a little bit of a worrisome position.
And it gets even worse. What a stagger to come through there. That's going to allow them to build up just that little bit more percentage as well. Well, when they're not letting up, they're looking to hunt down those players trying to find an angle as well. So it does allow them to get to, I'd say, at least 20% or more here. So really solid outcome for the SPLC Panthers out of this one. Squeaker's going to be one to worry about, you know, especially with the Psionic Seduction available from AEL High here, but now Aya Bagamoto as well could be a bit of a way to change the pace, yes, but we'll see what comes out. Reality Kagune already taken out again by Juno, so great start from the SPLC Panthers. They can have that player advantage and look to see if they can further their pursuits here.
Kagure having no luck right now. Aya Bagamoto there from Squeakers on towards the backside of things, but everybody is now healthy from the fate of both worlds. SPLC now can look to push up, and once again, the thing with a double KO seems to be how SPLC Panthers want to play. And we can see one running away right now. SPLC control themselves pretty comfortably on the point. Tobias getting chased down by Praise on the Daredevil. Needs to get away. And that's what we want to see a little bit more from SPLC now. A little bit more dive heavy with the Thing and Daredevil in the mix.
Let's see if they can make it work right now. I can see Squeakers has made the change up towards the Thor as well. If they can get some isolations there with a Spider-Man, might be able to get some traction onto some KOs. Speaking of, Spectacular Spin available. There it is. Open it up, and we'll be able to find the KO through there. Traded out. It's strat for strat into this one, and looking to see if they can take any more out. But with the PRV, Kakune is straight back there on the Cloak and Dagger. Not looking to stagger into this one, and Rowdy goes down. So, a great way to pressure your way forward once again, and we'll see if they can do more. Sia up now from Mattse here, trying to keep the Infinity Stones online onto the mission area. Eternal Bond now, we're double stacking those strategist ultimates here, Tony. Got a Thunder, you got the Boundary as well. Trying to do everything they can into this one. AEL High getting closer and closer to the Psionic Seduction here. Could be exactly what they need to pull their enemies out of line, but they have to fight for it. Hypers already has found another KO. They're looking for more. All strats off deck, Tony. They are commanding respect here, the SPLC Panthers. And they are not playing around. It's all going to be up to Spiny, but they can't get there. So that's the next mission area on capture.
Yeah, huge point taken by the side of SPLC Panthers. Daredevil Thing doing wonders there. And I was going to say just the fact that they had BSDE a little bit panicked. As you said, double stacking those strategist ultimates is not what you want to see right now. And for the side of BSDE, they did change it up as well. We did see the Thor come out from Squeakers in just a little bit. Now, Tobias, the else is available and online, Matt, so may as well bring it to the play here, especially with the fact that SPLC are playing very front-focused here. It is going to be a little bit more now playing into that anti-dive, so we'll see AEL High as well swap over to the Rogue. This is a good change-up here from BSDE.
Yeah, they're looking to see if they can change position onto this one, you know, change their perspective, but will it be the right one? That's all going to be tested. Heading in to the next portion right now. And we're onwards to the final path, Tony. Will it be Infinity Stone zoning it back in with the Elsa, the Apex Predator Ultimate? All brand new and ready to collect enemies in a fullness. Or will it be SPLC Panthers?
And we see SPLC Panthers taking some early point control right now with the fact that they have the Thing. They can kind of stick him on the point and just allow the percentage to build up. As they'll get the capture here. A Rats with the BRB going to bring Tobias back. And still swinging away. Hyper on this Thing has been an absolute treat to watch. You can still see BSD now panicked and having a run for the hills right now. AEL High, we thought this Rogue pick would help them stabilize a little bit from that dive, but SPLC are still swinging. Daredevil coming through. Fate of both worlds having to be used here for SPLC.
Yeah, is a bit of a plight of desperation, isn't it? You know, getting the dance through there. Apex Predator now going to be coming out for Tobias Reaper. And they will be reaping what they sow, but won't be able to get the KO because Rowdy has the fate of both worlds. We're now doubling down into more ultimates. Letting the devil out, clobbering time, and they are clobbering with Daredevil right now. Absolute annihilation onto the back line there. SPLC Panthers come knock it. Nah, they come barging in, and they get KOs for days.
The huge KO pickup here is 50% now capped from SPLC.
Ooh.
Panthers portal being brought out here for Squeakers. Does have that Eye of Agamotto, so we can just look to dive bomb the point with that one. As we'll now see the push away. Great answer back from Juno. And as well, we'll see Eternal Bond across the point. Squeakers does use the Eye of Agamotto as they get through. Mr. Yeet Turtle building up to his Eye of Agamotto now. And it is a quick KO. Boundary coming out here from BSDE. And now we'll see Tobias. This Elsa needs to go clean here. Quick KO onto Salzy. Now chasing down onto Rowdy. They will be able to clean up the double. Looking for a triple there with the help of Squeakers. And that point has been completely clean swept here by the side of BSD. Great portal from Squeakers to get them on.
That's it. Solid way to turn things around there. It looks like the Elsa has proven effective for them. So going to be looking to try and continue to press things into a positive direction here. So they have to take it slow, take it easy. But speaking of things to turn the tides, clobbering time available. Eye of Agamotto, invisible boundary, all hands on deck there. They also have a couple more ultimates around the corner, so this could be very problematic. Speaking of clobbering time already coming out front, Tony looking to see if they can shut down the strategist immediately. Gonna force the boundary there from Juno, and they've already found the Elsa, tripling down on the KOs. It's the Daredevil show from a praise there, and they will raise absolute hell. The devil is here.
82% on the cap and now going up to 90. BSD don't have the portal available. Squeakers already used it, so they're going to have to sprint here. They're going to have to try and get on, but I don't think they have enough time. Sticking to the wall, letting the devil out one more time just for good measure. Chasing down that KO on Tobias, letting them know that SPLC Panthers are here to play. They'll take Hell's Heaven in the reverse sweep against BSD. Matten, what a pleasure it was to watch on that Daredevil.
Oh yeah, there's a big reason Daredevil is one of the top contenders in the ban department across Season 6 and Season 6.5 for that matter. And you know what? I'd love to see the thing coming out as well. It was a great solution from them there. You know, it allowed them to cleave their way through a lot of space, and it really allowed them to soar to even greater heights. So, great stuff coming at you from SPLC Panthers, taking away that series there, Tony. What a way to finalize our day.
Yeah, huge day here. I was going to say we got to see a ton of action. 4 best of ones in the books, Matt, and a lot of diversity in the picks for a lot of these teams. We got to see a little bit of Wolverine. We got to see a little bit of Group Mattse. We got to see as well a little bit of Elsa there towards the end. Unfortunately, didn't get to see that Apex Predator do a whole lot. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the big impact that ultimate can bring to the table. But overall, I'm very excited for how this season's going to go, if that's what we're already seeing in our opening day.
That's it. You know, we're setting the bar for the term here, and very excited to see if more teams can raise that bar as the season progresses, you know, or whether by end of term we do see things, slow down a bit. We'll find out, I'm sure. But I'm sure this is only the beginning, Tone. There's more to come from here. Speaking of more to come, though, make sure you check out some of our favorites right now, Tony. Make sure you check out our sponsors.
Absolutely. Gotta love our sponsors, Matt. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide the best in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. And as well, HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. And as well, Matt, Indomie, our lovely, lovely partners. The Indomie Noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Megarang, sorry, it will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
That's it. Big shout out to each and every one of our sponsors there. You know them, you love them. Make sure you check them out. They are just the best. So make sure you look into them. They're great. But speaking of great things, if you enjoyed all the action today, make sure you check out the AEL AU Esports League on all of our various social medias there, whether it's X, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we are on it. Make sure you check it out so you can see all of our various competitions there. We've got a lot of great action unfolding, so make sure you check it out. Speaking of checking out, we're going to be checking out of the day. Amazing series we've seen so far. Can't wait to see what else is going to unfold, everybody. It's been a pleasure. This is Mattse, TwoTapTony, signing out, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.